Hello, everybody. Welcome. Hello, Julie. Welcome. I am ready to create. I laugh because I had one plan. I started pulling my product, and then I think I'm going to change it up a little bit because I had an inspirational moment, which that's always good, right? But I think I'm going to wing it, and we're going to do sort of what I planned and sort of what I didn't plan. So I have a little bit of coffee here, and I'm a little bit early. My husband he needs to mow and do some stuff on the side of the house that's going to be loud. And so I thought I better get my live out of the way so I won't be annoyed when he's doing what he needs to do when it's loud. So welcome. If you're catching the replay, you can always ask questions or find all of the information that I talk about in the description box on Facebook and then in the YouTube description below. If you're watching on YouTube, there will be chapters on here so you can skip through all of the things and just see what you want to see. You just do that on the YouTube video, you'll see on the bottom bar, it'll be chopped up, and that's how you will see what is what. So thank you so much, you guys, for coming and hanging out with me on Monday morning. Today is a Monday. We're doing our Facebook Live. And so today, our theme is to case a card. So what exactly does it mean to case a card? It simply means to look at a photo of a card, whether you find it online or if you find it in one of the catalogs, and you just make that card. And this is a fantastic technique if you are struggling with creative mojo. And what I find happens, which is exactly what happened to me this morning, is I was like, okay, we're going to case a card today. I knew what I wanted to do. I pulled out my catalog. I was looking, decided what I was going to case, started pulling all of my product, and then another idea came to mind. And I was like, oh, I could totally do this. And so I wanted to show you the process of when you go to case something, how sometimes another idea will be sparked and you'll be like, oh, but I could do this, which is really fun. And then I also think that the catalog gets overlooked. I think that we get the catalog and we make our list or we purchase what we need to purchase and then we put this away. And I will tell you that I have every catalog from Stampin' Up! Since the very first catalog I got, even before I was a demonstrator. So I did not become a demonstrator for a couple years. I just was using the Stampin' Up! Product. And so I had some catalogs and I kept those. And then I often go back and look through these and case the cards. Even if it's an outdated catalog, chances are we have something that is similar. So let me know in the comments, do you keep your catalogs? Are you a catalog person? There is just something so cool about getting the catalog and being able to flip through it and see the projects, and then also to be able to pull this catalog out and look at it and case things is really amazing. So this month I am focusing on two different suites of product because I am doing my Christmas in July, which I had wanted to do. I have the class that's going on and then the club that's happening, and we're doing that. And then I also am focusing on the peach suite, and that's for another reason. I just happen to have two that I'm focusing on this month, which is making my life a little bit difficult, but that's okay. So today what I did is I just turned to the Tidings of Christmas. This is the product that is in the annual catalog. Now, our fall winter catalog is coming out next month. I actually should have several boxes showing up tomorrow that has product in it. I can't wait to get and see. But this is the Christmas product that's in the annual catalog. There's always a few things in here. We have some paper, and then this is a new stamp set and die, and that's the one we're using. There are some other items in here. This is a new one. It has this border punch. I was reaching for it, which I can't wait to use this. That's going to be fun to use. I thought it was different and creative. And then there's some other items. This is a new one as well, right here. I will definitely be getting that for Christmas. And then there's some returning favorites for Christmas. But that's the little Christmas section here. So what we're going to do is we're going to case this card here, but I'm going to make some tweaks to it. So this is also what Blessed to Craft make and takes are this month. These are the cards for Blessed to Craft. And these are beautiful. I love them. So if you are part of Blessed to Craft, your make and takes will be these this month. And these have lots of layers. You will notice lots and lots of different layers to these, which is not something that I normally do with my cards, but they were really fun to make. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, the first thing I have that is going to be different is I have this transparency. I don't even know if this is going to work properly. What you would want to get is like a window sheet. Stampin' Up! Sells window sheets, and I'll link those because I will have a PDF for you guys. I just need to finish it by snapping a photo of our finished product of our project and then popping it into the PDF, and then I'll have that up for you guys. So a window sheet would probably work better. This is a transparency sheet. I get these for my memory keeping, and I use them for my memory keeping. And so I had this, and it just happened to be a 5.5 by 8, which is what, yeah, it was the right size, or 8.5. It was the right size for a standard card. So I've been wanting to do this technique, and so I'm going to try it, and we're going to base it off this photo here. So I have all my product here. I have some vellum. I have, evergreen is not in here, but again, what it means to case a card is to copy, let me think, copy, and I've heard it a couple ways, copy and selective edit, or basically what you're doing is copying the card. Now I can't even remember what it stands for when you say casing a card, but you can copy it exactly, or you can make some creative edits, and that's what we're going to do. So that's why I have some colored cardstock that is not on there. Okay, so and then I have some of the designer paper. So let's get started because I'm just rambling now, and let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I want to do is see if this will fold like a card. Will this fold like a card base? And I think it will. Now, I don't know if it's going to crack or not. It doesn't look like it. Okay, so will that, well, I mean, I don't know if it'll break. That's the only thing. I don't know if this is going to break. By opening it and closing it so much, I don't know if it'll break. So, now I have my card base, which is clear, which is kind of fun, right? Okay, so then now we're going to cut our green cardstock. And I want to cut this I'm going to do 2 different ones because we're going to do 2 different cards because I don't really know if this clear card is going to work. So I'm going to cut my evergreen. This is evergreen cardstock. I'm cutting it at 4 1/4, and then I'm going to cut it at 5 1/2 because I need a full card back. And then we're going to save this for our second card because like I said, I don't know if this is going to work. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to put this in here, so that the back is not clear, but the front will be clear, okay? So I want to use a pretty aggressive adhesive on this slick surface. So I am going to use this is my Seal Plus, and out of the Seal and the Seal Plus is, I like it better because it has lines in it that are perforated. Hey, Kathy. That allow the adhesive to break off easier. So I'm going to line this up on the very bottom. And it looks like my window sheet here is slightly larger by like a 1/16 of an inch, which is perfect because now when it's closed, it's going to close properly. I still am concerned about this breaking. I really think it might. Okay, so now we have a clear, see that? So we have a clear, which is weird, right? But that's okay. So we have our clear piece. Now what we're going to do is take our designer paper, and I'm going to do this first card different and I'm going to show you how this sparked my idea. And then the second card we'll do sort of, again, slightly different, but you guys are going to see. Okay, so here's a piece of the red, which goes really nice with the green. Hey, Debbie. And what I want to do is cut a 4-inch by 4-inch square. Okay. And that's going to be able to go right here on the clear flap. Okay. And then the next piece we're going to need is, I'm thinking about using the vellum. Okay, so I'm going to cut my first piece of vellum for the second card first. And I'm going to need that to be at 5 inches by 3 3/4. I think. And then that leaves me with this. So let's do, how wide is this? Okay, 3. So I'm going to have to do 3.5 by 3.5. Hi, Linda. Okay. So now we have our clear flap. So we just have our back piece. Again, I think a window sheet would work better. I just am really nervous this is going to crack, but we're just going to go with it, and I'll report back of how long this holds up. So then we have our 4-inch by 4-inch square, and then I have a 3.5 by 3.5. Okay. So I think that's all the designer paper I need. I'm going to do something totally different, you guys. I really am. I just am feeling inspired, and I'm going to go with it. So the next thing that I'm going to need are the dies, and I think that this will fit in here. I think these stars will fit in here. So will they fit on the plates? That's the question. Yeah, they totally will. So I need some gold, I think gold foil. Let me grab some gold foil. Okay, this is some of the brushed metallic foil, and this is actually, it retired, but it is coming back. So it will be in the fall winter catalog. So I'm gonna, will this fit in here? Yeah. This, it's warped really bad. I think I just need to get rid of that. You know what I did? Dang, the bad luck. I bought base plates and not clear plates. Ugh. Dang it. Okay. Well, we're going to have to make the warped piece work. I just needed clear plates, not the base plates. Okay. So these are both really warped. Okay, so let's put this in here. And then let's cut these stars. So let's cut, I always feel like let's just cut, like if we're going to run this through, let's cut as many as we can. Right? Okay. I don't know, I might have to get up and use my regular embossing machine since these are so warped, but we'll run it through and then run it back. I love the convenience of the mini machine. I love just being able to have it right here on my desk. Okay, so let's hope that this cuts. Set this aside. And look at that, beautiful. Okay, let's set all this aside. And then to pop this up, I'm just gonna use my pokey tool or my X-Acto knife. Okay, so now I have these three. And look at how well that just pops out. That cut beautifully. It probably just would have fallen out if this wasn't foiled paper, but that foiled paper is a little bit thicker. So those pieces tend to stay in. Sometimes I just flick my die cut. Like if it has a lot like this, I'll just flick it and that'll get most of it out. The other thing you can do, did you guys know you could do this? Let me show you. I'm in a chatty mood today, you guys. So I'm going to take a little bit of just tape. And tape will normally pull them out. Some of these are really stuck in there. I mean, they're all cut. It's just they're tiny. And that foil creates like a little, I don't know, it's like a little lip around each of the cuts. So sometimes they... But some of these littler ones, you can just take tape, and a lot of times they'll pop out. Oh, goodness. Sorry, guys, this is taking a little bit. It'll be worth it, I promise. And then sometimes I'll also, I got to get this closer to my eyeballs, you guys. See the little tiny ones? Sorry, I can't see that far. Anybody have that problem? Anybody else have that problem? Because I'm starting to have that problem. Even worse now these days. I just can't see. Okay, so those all popped out really easy. I didn't have a problem with any of them. So we have 3 stars now. Okay, so then let's work on our sentiment. For our sentiment, I want to do it... Let's do it on, I guess, some solid. I could do it on evergreen, and we could emboss. So let's do the stamping, and let's do the sentiment. Let's do season's greetings. Or you know what? Do I have anything in here that would... I'm thinking one of my little tiny ones would work. Season's greetings will work on that little tiny one. Okay. This stamp set is sort of a mess because I was creating with it, so don't mind the mess. We'll grab Season's Greetings, and I want to do this in evergreen to match the bottom cardstock. And I love that this stamp is clear, so it's not going to at all be hard to see how I'm stamping. Right in the middle. Oh, I hope that's not crooked. It wasn't quite lined up. Oh, it didn't come out crooked at all. Pretty good, if I do say so myself. Okay, so now we have all of our pieces. Let's try to put this card together. So the first thing I'm gonna do is add the vellum. Well, I'm gonna lay this out. So I'm thinking I'll have this here. I think I might need another. Now maybe I could just do 1 star. I was thinking I would do 3, but I think I need another solid star if I'm gonna do 3. Don't you think? Like another this size. Let's see, can I get one more out of here? No, I'll have to cut. Maybe. Maybe. Let's try it. Well, I should have had this more planned out for you guys, but I just got really inspired by this. And so I wanted to like seize the moment, because it's not very often that I get really inspired to do something. So we're gonna see if we can cut, if I can salvage that. So where's my other plate? I'm so bummed I bought all that stuff I didn't need. Oops, there goes one of my dies. Where's the other plate? Oh, you guys, I'm having a time this morning. Where's the other plate? Here's this, here's this. Well, I could have just got up and... Oh my word, this is so funny. Where is that other plate? Are you guys like seeing it and like yelling like it's right there? Okay. I don't know. Oh, it is right in front of me. Okay. So let's very carefully try to cut this star and see if I can do it. Okay, did we get the whole star? We did. Awesome. Okay. So I want to lay these out first just so I can see where I'm going to put my adhesive. This is sort of also reminding me of a 4th of July card. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do, I don't mind so much when adhesive is showing on vellum, but I also like it to be, like, I like the option to sort of hide it. So I think what I'm going to do is sort of just put this in the middle and just see what happens. Just see if it's super horrible. And then one way is to like sort of smash that glue down so that it doesn't like look like glue lines. I don't know. I didn't do a great job of that. And it's crooked and it's glued now. Ooh, that's really crooked. Yep, that's gonna rip. Dang it. Okay, let's just try to go with it. What I would probably do in this instance, because I haven't made this card before, like the inspiration sort of just came to me. What I would do is I would go ahead and make this, like I'm making this with you right now, And then if I like the way the card comes out, I will see where I need to like I need the vellum to be straight on the card, and I need the adhesive not to show a little bit better on the vellum. And I would go ahead and make it a second time, sort of doing all those edits that I feel, you know, would make the card a little bit better. Yeah, I sort of don't like the way that adhesive shows. Yeah, I'm sort of disappointed in that adhesive showing. Okay, so let's add some foam to this. Ugh. And then let's get to the casing of the card, because I don't know that this came off so great. This inspiration that I had, I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull it off. But I didn't really think through this. Normally for you guys, I think through like what I'm doing so that my instructions are really clear. But today we're just sort of going with some creative inspiration. Okay, so we'll put both of these on dimensionals. Like so. Now let's go back over to the card here. And also there's definitely going to be some adhesive that shows on the inside of the card, because there's no real way to hide this on a clear, because it's a clear surface, right? Okay, so then we'll add this here, which I love this idea. I just am not positive. So then the question is, do I put this over the star, or do I have it hang off? I feel like the point of it is to make sure people see that it's like this part is clear. So I think what I'll do is, I don't want dimensional adhesive to show on the back of the card. So I think what I'll do is add, and I did it wrong. Dang it. I think this trying to be creative on the fly, I think is stressing me out. That's okay. It's not going to hurt anything to try stuff, right? Okay, let's wipe that adhesive off. And then okay, so here's the clear card. Now, again, well, I mean, it's not horrible. You can't tell horribly that there's adhesive there. The other thing you could do is you could put like a little square there. If the adhesive really bothered you, you could put the adhesive, or you could put a piece of cardstock like that over it. This would be a cool Christmas card to put like a family photo right there. Like do a Christmas message here and then put your like family photo there, or the photo. That would be kind of cool. So I don't know. I like this idea. I've been wanting to do one of these kinds of cards. So I like the idea, but I definitely feel like I would need to do either something different, do the stockings on here, or something to where the adhesive could be covered up on the vellum. So There's this one. Okay. So now let's do the actual cased card in the catalog, which is this one. And we're only going to put a small spin on it. Okay. So we're going to grab our evergreen cardstock. And we're going to fold this one. And it's going to open up like this, which is totally fine. And then we're going to take our designer paper. So this one has no color kind of on the outside of the card. But what we're going to do is add a tiny bit of color. So our cut is going to be 4 inches by 5 1/4. And both of the measurements for both cards will be on the PDF when I get it uploaded today for you guys. So now, instead of it just being the whole designer paper, what we're doing is adding a bit of color around it, just to help it pop. The next thing that we're going to need is that piece of vellum. Like so. Okay, and then instead of the just jade piece of cardstock, we're going to do that in evergreen. So we're going to do this next because I will need to do some heat embossing. Okay, so let's use our gold on evergreen. I think is going to be beautiful. We need our Versamark, and then let's figure out what sentiment we want to do. They used this one here. So I guess let's go ahead and just use what they used. I'm already making some selective edits to this, which is totally fine. Okay. Now I'm going to get right over this to stamp it, but I'll show you guys. I want to get this straight. Okay, I did pretty good. So now let's add our embossing. And that looks pretty good. And we'll just heat set this. I feel like Christmas cards, right? Of course, Christmas cards have to have heat embossing on them. So let's let the heat tool warm up. And then we'll melt this. There it goes. Okay, did we get that all melted? We sure did. And then I'm going to use my little trimmer to trim this, because we are going to get this really close to the edge. Not bad. Okay, so I'm going to leave it just like that. I might trim it down a little bit more, but we'll, better to have too much than not enough. Okay, so next, I feel like I need to do this. I was not going to do this, but I don't know what's wrong with me, you guys. I'm like feeling creative today. Okay, so let's do my favorite thing. to do, especially to vellum. And I'm going to do this on 2 sides at a time. Just running. You got to take those creative, that creative inspiration when it comes. You got to take it. Okay, I think I got this on here. Okay. I feel like I want a tiny bit more on there. Okay, and then let's just heat set this. I know this is a little bit tedious, but I think it's going to be worth it. And then I just do not want such a big... Perfect. Okay, and then let's do these other 2 sides. I think this looks so pretty on vellum. I love it on cardstock too, but on vellum, it just is like the thing that makes it pretty, right? Okay. And again, I just want to clean up the edge a tiny bit because I don't want it to be so much. Okay, and then we'll do this side. Do you guys use heat embossing? Like, is it something that you go for and go like, yeah, like I totally love doing that on cards, or do you tend to avoid it? I feel like it's the same thing with glitter. Like sometimes I know like I avoid using glitter because I don't want the mess. But then when I do it, I'm like, oh, I love this. I should do this more. Okay, so we cleaned that up and then let's just melt this. Okay, so now we have our sentiment, and then we can sort of finish this card up. Okay, so we're gonna have this here, and then we're gonna have this here. Kathy said, I love heat embossing. I need to do it more. I agree. I do need to do it more too. And then we have our piece. So now let's do our stamping. So we need our our basic white. Am I ever going to get to the place where it's basic white, or will it forever be whisper white cardstock? Okay. Now, I feel like doing one more edit to this. Maybe not, maybe not. Okay, let's stamp. Okay, so I need this stocking, and I need it in 3 different colors. Okay. So let's do, we have Evergreen, Real Red, and Just Jade. I need a block. Okay, so we're gonna go with Just Jade. Beautiful. I'm gonna have to clean these in between. Okay, Just Jade. Real Red. I'm gonna space these out. Real Red. Okay, and then Evergreen. Okay. And then I'm gonna show you guys a little trick. Another trick. We're all about the tricks today. Let's grab this. And we're gonna need 2 pieces of basic white. We're just gonna need scraps. Like, see that? It's just a tiny scrap. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is we're going to take this piece of cardstock. So it's just a basic white piece. It doesn't matter if it's getting nasty. I just need a little... Oh, that is dark. That's almost black, you guys. Oh, wow. That is really dark. I mean, it could be black. There's like no green at all to that. Shoot. Okay. What to do, what to do, what to do. I think that's too dark. Let's do that to the jade. The jade should be fine. Yeah. I wonder if I should use another green. Or maybe I just soaked it too much, like sitting in it makes it too green. Let's just try it. That should be enough for the Just Jade. Okay, let's try another piece. I still think that that's like really dark. But I guess it's maybe not as dark. We're just gonna do it this way. It'll just give us another kind of color. Okay. I don't know, you guys. I just am in a very like crafty experiment kind of mood, which is not like me. Okay, so we just need a little piece of this. I think maybe setting this in the ink pad. I mean, that's black. There's no green to it. That's incredible. Okay, and then we don't need the red one. Okay, so we need our cutting thing again. And I want to try to use the flattest. Okay, so here's this green. So this is like the evergreen, and then I need the dyes. And for this, I'm gonna need 2 sets of the holly leaves for the green. This is an involved card, you guys. Okay. I did get carried away. Okay, so we have these two. We're going to set those aside. Now let's do it again, and then we'll do it with the jade. You could just use the cardstock if you wanted. I did have some evergreen cardstock here, but I thought, oh, if you didn't have, like, I don't want to go find a piece of jade cardstock. So I thought, oh, I'll just do this ink technique where you just use your ink pad to cut it. Okay. So there's the jade. There's barely a difference. Now, here's the question. Should I cut the stocking with this, or should I just fussy cut? So we'll need to cut these out. With my things being warped, I don't know if this is going to be the best idea, and I don't have any... I'm afraid this is going to shift, and I don't have anything to hold it down on hand. Can I do this? Okay, let's try it. Ooh, did it work? It worked. Okay, let's do this next one. Sometimes I like to just fussy cut it out if it's a shape like this and not worry about the die. If I had washi tape close to me, we all know I have enough washi tape, but if I had some close to me, I need to keep a roll. I keep a roll by my big embossing machine, but I don't keep any by my little one, and I probably should. Okay. And then this is the last one. Let's see if we can do it. And then I need to order clear plates for this. Okay, it doesn't look like it shifted. Okay, perfect. Whew, I think I managed to do it. This one shifted a tiny bit, but that's okay. All right. Oh my gosh, that's the third die I've dropped since we've been doing this card. Okay. Now this is what we're gonna do. Okay, the first thing I'm gonna do is grab my foam, and I want to put some foam on here. And I'm just gonna pop this piece up. Somebody left a comment last week on my video about what foam products I was trying out. I'm trying out these. So these are a alternative to the 3M. They're much less expensive. And I have the thinner, and then I just got the wider. And then I'm trying out these, which are fun foam sheets that have adhesive on both sides. Those are the ones I mentioned that I felt like were a little bit expensive. So I'm trying those out. I think I'm really enjoying the foam with the adhesive, even though they're slightly expensive. I wanted to try if I just cut these in half, if it would be enough. And because they're so thick, I think that it might be enough, which then makes me feel like maybe it would be worth it. So I'll let you guys know. I'll report back in a bit. So we have our designer paper on our evergreen, and then we have this piece that we just made. Here, the vellum. Now it's going to curl because it is vellum, but that's okay. And then the next piece that we're going to do are the stockings. And I think I want to split these up like so. And so I think here in the middle is where I can put the adhesive for the vellum. I will use the Seal Plus so that it's really aggressive adhesive. Press that down. And then by doing the adhesive just in the middle, you're going to get the curling up on this card, which is really pretty. So the next thing that we're going to do is put foam on all of our stockings. And I'm going to put quite a few because I want these to all be popped up. 2 on the top. And then some down this way. This case of card is tedious today, but I think it's because I just was feeling creative and I did. It would have been quick if I would have just done it exactly the way the catalog shows, and we'll see that at the very end. But I just was feeling very creative and like I wanted to do some other things, and so I did them. Okay. So let's put our red one in the middle. And then we'll put our other ones. That's how we'll do our spacing. Oh, thanks for sharing the video, Linda. I appreciate that. I smudged this. So to fix that, I'm gonna take my Wink Stella, and the Wink Stella is gonna reactivate that ink. So it's going to color that in on a lighter color. And then that way it's not smudged. But I'm not having to like take the time to color it really well. And then we're just going to wipe our Wink Stella off. Hey, Dawn. And we're going to do it on the red as well. So it kind of has that matching fill. So it'll look like tone on tone, sort of. Wipe your Wink Stella off. I think this Wink Stella is losing its wink. We gotta add a little bit of the wink to this, of course. Okay. So that's gonna cover up my little smudge. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Now we're gonna bring in these little leaves, and the Just Jade is gonna go on the red one, and then the Evergreen, thank you so much, is gonna go on the Evergreen and the Just Jade. So these, I think, are going to be best attached by using glue dots because they're so, so tiny. So let me find some glue dots. I thought I had an opened package. My adhesive drawer is sort of a mess because I have all this new adhesive in here. Oh yeah, right there's my glue dots. Okay, so let's just add one at a time. I feel like because I'm so far away from the card, I don't think I've lined it up very good. So I apologize if it's really crooked. So we're gonna add these, and the best way to do it is just put them on the glue dot and then lift it up. Oh man, I got an extra glue dot and I didn't mean to. Okay. Once you get in the groove with this, these aren't hard. So let's just add all of these to your glue dot roll. So you just grab them, pop them on there, and then well, the idea is that it's easier to put them on here, but I don't really know that it's easier. That one was easier. Oh, it's bugging me how much that's crooked. Like this one needs to go up more, I feel like. Okay, now instead of doing little red dots, I feel like that's gonna make me lose my mind. Let's grab, well, I have these from last year, but we have red rhinestones you could use. And if you're getting blessed to craft, then you will have red rhinestones because you get red rhinestones this. I don't think I have 6 of them. I don't. Oh, bummer. Well, I'm just going to do one in the middle then because I want to use these specific ones. Okay. So now in the, on the card, which I'm wondering if that card is, if it is like a different dimension. Now, as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I have access to the recipes for the cards. So like what the measurements were and what they used. I have access to that, but I don't want to go look it up. So there's that. I'm pretty good at just looking at it and like casing it, like figuring it out. But I do have that, and maybe I'll double check and just let you guys know. But they have it kind of hanging off the side. I think I'm just gonna center this. I think that that's gonna be, well, and I'm gonna have to trim this down a little bit more, which is fine. Like, let's try to center that sentiment. I feel like that's not, well, I guess it is. Okay. And we'll do one other thing to this. I'm gonna have a mess to clean up, you guys. Okay. So now let's just do this flat. Do you guys ever get to a point when you're doing a card where you're like, okay, let's just wrap this card up. Like, I'm done. Like, I'm starting to feel that way. Like, okay, let's just get this one done. Okay. It's so not centered, you guys. I got to get right over it. This is so badly not centered. I don't even know what to tell you guys. It's just really badly not centered. Okay, I don't really know that this is any better. I don't know that that's, I feel like it's so crooked. I don't know. Tell me on camera, does it look super crooked? Because it feels like it. Okay, where's those embellishments? Okay, so now these, since I'm using these, I have these like gold-ish ones left. Okay, so let's take a look at how the card was supposed to turn out, or what I was casing. So if you're just tuning in, today we were casing a card from the catalog. That was what we were supposed to be doing. And I had picked this card here. Now I do like to edit a little bit my, the cards that I'm casing. I feel like I look at something and then it's like it gives me inspiration. So you'll notice with the card in the catalog, I'm wondering if it looks kind of wider than a normal, like our size. So I'm wondering if that's like a UK size. That could be. I'll double check on that. And I knew when I saw that card, I wanted to add the evergreen. I knew that I had wanted to do that. Now, they just cut it out of cardstock. I did not. I did the paper and the ink technique. They put their 2 green ones by each other. I did not. I also did not cut out the berries. I used the rhinestone pieces, and then I did my sentiment above it, and then we did a lot of gold embossing. So, and then the first card I did with that clear front. So I think I am going to go ahead and add this square just to cover up inside the card. I like the way this clear one came out. Like I said, I think window sheets would be better. I just used a transparent sheet, but I think that it's fun. It's different. So I think if I got this and I opened it up, I think I would be like, oh, wow, that's so different. And then I used the stars. So these are the cards that I did. I would love to know which one that you like the best. So leave me a comment here on Facebook, or if you're on YouTube, when this gets uploaded on Wednesday, let me know in the comments below which card you liked, and if you're a fan of casing, or maybe you've never even heard of casing and you're like, I didn't even know that that was a thing. I would love to know. And then this month is the Christmas in July. I have a mini class that are these cards, or the Blessed to Craft. I would love for you to join if you're not already joined with us. I would love for you to make these cards with us. I would love to send you a kit, and I would love for you to make these cards. So thank you guys so much. Let's see. Dawn said pretty cards. Thank you. Kathy said love the cards. Dawn said love the clear front card. So this one right here. And then Laura also said that she likes the stars as well. Like I said, since this is a card that I did on the fly where I did not have it planned out at all, I would recreate this card and I would figure out the vellum situation and the adhesive situation. And then Susie said she likes the stocking card more here. I do like this one. And I think the gold embossing is really the thing that makes me love it. The other thing that you could do is color in the tops of the stockings. Do you guys remember, like, years and years ago, there was this stuff that was called, it was like flocking in a bottle. It was very popular on in the crafting world, like on cards and scrapbooks, and it was white and it was like puff paint, but it had this like glittery texture, and then people were using it a lot at Christmas, like for the tops of stockings and stuff. That would be really fun to do. So yeah, I love this. I do love the way it came out. This one was a little bit more tedious than I meant it to be. I wanted it to be a quick project, but I think because I was just feeling creative, I did all the extra steps. So I love that. So thanks so much, guys. I will have a PDF for you guys this afternoon. I just need to take photos of this and pop it into the PDF and do all the things that has to render and upload and do all of that. There's a little bit of a process there, but I'll have that for you guys. And then I'll have photos I will share with you on Facebook, and then there will be a blog post on Wednesday with more photos. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed this messy, creative process today. I was really feeling it and enjoying it. And I will be back tomorrow with a regular post for you guys, and then lots of fun stuff coming up. I will probably pop on here tomorrow or Wednesday and do an unboxing of some of the goodies that I got from the fall winter catalog, and because I know you guys love seeing that. So I will be back this week with you guys sharing. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you had a wonderful 4th of July, and I will catch you guys later this week.